What is up, everyone? Wolfband here, back at it again with another LEGO Star Wars review. And today we're doing another ship from the First Order, and as what the title of this video would be. It is on Kylo Ren's shuttle. And now, which one you may be asking? The one from The Rise of Skywalker, Episode 9, not the first one, not the one from Episode 7, but in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure some people would agree, the best version of this ship. And before I get into the review, this is another reminder of the upcoming review on the Grand Fleet, which is going to be uploaded on the 26th of November, 2 days after Thanksgiving. So definitely tune in to see that, because there are going to be ships from the First Order, Empire, Republic, Mandalorians, and any other factions that there are in the Star Wars universe from the known canon source. That is going to be on the 26th, so definitely tune into that if you're new to this channel. And if anyone's new to this channel, I'm going to go ahead and say it now. Come join the Wolf Pack by hitting the red subscribe button down below, because I ain't going to be saying that again. And I regrettably say that near the end of any video, and I don't know of anyone who actually does stick around on these videos till the end. But with that out of the way, and without any further ado, on to the review. And here it is, set number 75256, Kylo Ren's shuttle. This set was released back in 2019, has 1,005 pieces, and comes with 6 minifigures, 4 of which are unique to the set. And as always, start off with those guys. As you can see in the photo here, these are a total of 4, there are a total of 6, 4 of which are unique, like I said before. And I'll pretty much let you guess which ones that are not the unique ones, and that's basically the First Order Trooper and the Sith Trooper. Both these guys have this, I believe they got the same standard face, but Kylo Ren and, oh, what's his name? Hang on a second. General Pryde here, who was only known in Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, and the set also comes with 2 others, the 2 Knights of Ren. Let me just bring them, let me just see who they are. So, this one is Knight of Ren Ushar, if I'm pronouncing that name right. And the second one is the Knight of Ren Aplak. Quite the unique name, I would have to say. And out of all the minifigure, and out of all these guys, both Kylo Ren and the General here, they do have dual faces, as you can see in this photo here. The 2 of the Knights of Ren don't, but the other one here with the hood, he actually does have an actual face, but I do not believe he's double-faced, which they never really revealed who their faces were. And of course, the other 2 troopers here do not have your standard trooper or standard face. And of course, they do have designs in the back, as you can see in this photo here, even with the 2 without their capes as well. And well-round put design on the figures, especially for the unique designs of the Knights of Ren. And one unique feature with Kylo Ren, his helmet is actually quite unique. His helmet is actually, this is after his helmet gets rebuilt in Episode 9, after he destroyed it out of frustration in Episode 8, The Last Jedi. But this one does have the red markings on it as to where it was put back together. And if you didn't know, if you hadn't seen The Rise of Skywalker, he reassembled his helmet in the Knights of Ren transport ship, which was the last review that I had done. And of course, the other Knights of Ren, along with the other 2 Knights of Ren and the General here, were only permanently featured in The Rise of Skywalker. And quite the well-rounded collection of minifigures, I do gotta say, so I don't have any real complaints. And of course, these guys do come with their weapons, especially Kylo Ren with his crossguard lightsaber, and the other 2 Knights of Ren do have their signature weapons, which I don't know what they are. And as always, I never give the figures their weapons and such, like the Jedi with their lightsabers and other figures with their blasters. So I think that is going to be it for the minifigures. And on to the ship itself. I almost wish I did have the first version that they did for Episode 7, The Force Awakens, but I'm kind of glad I didn't, because this sucker was a better upgrade and actually a better update of that same ship. One thing that ship did not have that this one does is the fact that the wings actually do split apart. I mean, the other one, it does come with this feature, which I would say is quite the signature look for any kind of shuttle in the First Order. And I'm actually like this kind of feature. Yeah. But yeah, that version of the first version of this shuttle, it was dark gray instead of the traditional black, is what I think they had shown in throughout the movie series. And the wings actually did rotate upwards, and they actually had an extra pair of extra wings on the bottoms that folded inwards and then folded outwards. But I actually like this a whole lot better. I mean, this is a better design than the other ones, so definitely the better investment, in my opinion. If you disagree, then that's fine. If you agree, then to each your own. And I actually like the design on this. I mean, it's the detailing on it. I'll go ahead and show you the close-up. The detailing on this is quite spot on. There's a few design tweaks that they did that make it look a little asymmetrical, which I like. Especially back here, they have the rear section of the shuttle here. It's a little bit off-center. It's not completely even, so it's definitely got that going for it. And this sucker actually does have the traditional spring-loaded missiles launched here and here. Of course, I never put them in. So it does have firing capabilities. It doesn't. I do not believe it comes with the stud shooters though, which I think they do for like smaller sets. But for larger sets like this, they do the spring-loaded missiles. And I may as well show you how they do so. I'll go ahead and turn it around, and it does have the dual thrusters. Oops, excuse me. It does have the dual thrusters here in the back, and these suckers here are what triggers the spring-loaded missiles. So that's how you basically activate it. And if you're wondering as far as extending the wings, you actually got to turn the thruster here on this side. So if you can see, it's basically a function that you put into it, or what the instructions call for. So there's basically that. And one other feature, and of course, this ship actually does have has an interior. So I'm going to show off that next. And that's basically the inside of the ship. It does have room for how many? 3 minifigures. You can see the cockpit up front. Does come with a display stand, or a display there. I don't know if you can see that, but it also has room for 2 more minifigures. But it also, behind the cockpit, doubles as the boarding ramp. However, I think my only real complaint is when it's landed, it's hardly noticeable. Let me see if I can just lift the table up. It's hardly noticeable, so it's not really worth extending, so I just prefer to keep it close. So it's not all that great when it comes to that form of playability, but it's still all in all, it's still a pretty great set. So for a set that was available for well over 2 years, this set was definitely, I'd say it's quite well sought out. And actually, this kind of slipped my mind. I didn't realize it until I was actually doing this, but there's also a second storage. There's actually a storage compartment right back here. A little door that opens up. I don't know if you can see that well enough, but there is a little storage compartment there, which I actually did spaced out on up until, well, I just finally noticed it. But overall, this is a pretty neat set, and for its design and for the by the First Order, I actually like this set. I mean, if I was a First Order officer or a commander, I would definitely have this as a personal flagship, or even, granted, if I actually did my own, or I did a mock design with a few design changes, I would definitely this is definitely a ship that's definitely worth the investment. But other than that, for my personal opinion, this is a well put together set. It was definitely worth the purchase. I normally don't talk about the prices, but this set was $130, so definitely worth the purchase. And it was a fun build, and then I bought this before I got back into the channel here, so no speed build, unfortunately, I don't think anyways. But definitely definitely a worthwhile set, fun build, and neat design, and definitely worth getting for the minifigures as well. So I think that might be it. So that was my review on Kylo Ren's shuttle, and if you made it to the end of this video and if you like what you see, please leave a like and leave a comment too. I'd like to hear some feedback from anyone who actually who has come across this channel. And again, another reminder about the upcoming Grand Fleet review, which is going to be uploaded on the 26th of this month, the month of November. If you do want to see that and more content like this, then come join the Wolfpack by hitting the red subscribe button down below for more content, and even seeing the more upcoming reviews, including my don't know if I'm using that word right, but definitely tune in to see more my upcoming reviews on my First Order army, my Mandalorian army, and soon enough my Republic clone army, and it is massive. Not one of the biggest ones, but as far as figures, it's big. I mean, rather big. So definitely tune into that if you come across the channel. So I think there's not really much for me to say, but to remind you that Jesus loves you more than Elmo and Barney does, I mean, ever will. And I'll see you guys next time.